So thanks everyone for coming to this event today. My name is Angela Crackwell and I'm the Executive Director for Thrive. I'm really delighted to be here today. I think this is a really exciting week in our province for mental health and addictions. I was at a media conference a couple of days ago with Minister Haggie to announce a youth survey regarding mental health and addiction. So the province is certainly looking at this issue and taken lots of steps forward. I'd like to welcome people to our Street Reach space. This is a space that we use for our street outreach program and drop-in service. So last night there was probably around 80 to 100 individuals in this space for together for food, for friendship, for support. And I think this space is really about collaboration. So our school community, we have about 50 volunteers who also support the program. We have barbers who come in and provide haircuts. We have high school students who cook the food that we serve. And we have private citizens who donate personal care items for our program. So I think having this event in this location is an excellent example of the collaborative effort that is required to address complex issues in our community. Government cannot solve these problems alone, and it's with everyone working in an authentic partnership that we can maximize services and resources. Strengthening Families is a program that Thrive has connected numerous families to over the past several years, and our colleagues at the community youth networks across the province also recognize the value of this important program. And it is with that that I am pleased to introduce the Honourable John Haggie, Minister of Health and Community Services, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Angela. Warm welcome. And second time in a week, as you say. We were at Choices for Youth the other day. And before I get into my remarks today, I'm just going to make a plug, really, to highlight the questionnaire that you mentioned. Engage NL has a questionnaire up for youth aged between 12 and 25. We're looking for their opinions, their experiences, their challenges they may have experienced in regards to accessing mental health and addiction services. Basically, what do you think? How are we doing? How can we make it better? The whole purpose is to make the system better and to improve the programs and make them more responsive and more sensitive to transitioning youth, as it's called. It's actually been something of a hit. I've actually had 3 emails from the people who run Engage NL in the space of a couple of hours saying that they have not had a response of this magnitude to any survey that government has ever done in the last 3 years. Keep it up. So we need the voice to be heard, and the more we hear, the better the response. The better the response, the better the outcome. So again, on to today. I'm really pleased to be here, and I'm probably going to sound a bit like a broken record with some of my comments, particularly for Angela and people who've heard this before. But each of us has been affected one way or another by mental health and addictions, either through our own experience directly or through a friend or a loved one who has had challenges like that. And I think all of us have come to the conclusion that people need to have ready access to services when and where they need them. That's why we built a plan to improve mental health and addiction services. It's got a name. We called it Towards Recovery, the Mental Health and Addictions Plan, Action Plan for Newfoundland and Labrador. 1 year in, in actual fact just slightly over 1 year in, we've already seen results. And we're seeing what can be achieved when you have a plan with a vision and some determination to see it through. And it's built on partnerships. It's not people acting in little silos. It's built with people acting together. Families with lived experience, individuals with lived experience, healthcare providers, and government providing a framework. It's a collective effort. And a lot of the people in this room have played a part in that, and for that, I thank you. We've made a lot of progress, I think, in this year in bringing the services and supports down into the community to get that right level of care where they need it with as few barriers as possible. Today is about another piece of that work. So in partnership with Strongest Families Institute, logos at the back here, we've launched ICAN, and the CAN is Conquer Anxiety and Nervousness. It's a new e-mental health program designed to support youth and young adults aged 18 to 30 who have anxiety. It gives them learning skills, coping skills to help manage life's major stresses, because life's never smooth and there's always ups and downs, and we need a few tools in our toolbox. It works with telephone and online coaching. It's free to residents of Newfoundland and Labrador. The coaches are trained to provide support at convenient times that would allow young adults to participate privacy and comfort of their own homes at a time that suits them best. It's open now for registration. People can sign up by calling Strongest Families Institute. The number here is 1-866-470-7111, or online at Bridge the Gap. Those numbers and email web addresses will be available later. There are already anxiety programs for children between the ages of 6 and 17 that are offered through Strongest Families. So building on that success, we decided to expand the program, and we partnered with Strongest Families Institute. We contributed $170,000 towards the development of the ICAN program in an effort to clone it, if you like, move it out into young adults. And we've been partners with this institute for several years now, and it's been a pleasure to support their work and work together to develop things that work and then to expand on them. It's proven, it's evidence-based, and it's endorsed by the Mental Health Commission of Canada. The program has an overall 85% success rate in resolving issues presenting in children. It's led to a decrease in their anxiety, increasing confidence, and increasing independence. There's been a tremendous uptake of the Strongest Families program here in this province. As a matter of fact, I was told recently we reached 1,000 families. And what does that mean? It means 1,000 families have accessed this program, and of them, 92%, 920, say they have resolved their issues through this program. So building on some of the personal stories we've heard here today, I just want to share a couple of them with you, if you like, as testimonials that have been shared with me from the pilot of the ICAN program that we had before it was rolled out. So for example, one 20-year-old participant said, "The program has given me skills that I can use when I need to. They're very practical and prepare you for any stressful event." From a 17-year-old, "I'm getting more confident in myself, more happy and positive. I'm not getting headaches anymore, and the way I think of myself has improved." A group participant said, "I feel like I can do a lot more without being caught up in my anxiety. I can control it." A mother of a 13-year-old said, "Sarah still has some rough times when anxiety hits. We've learned that she will probably always have these struggles, but she has the skills and tools to help her manage and work through them. I should also add that we, myself, her dad and brother, also have skills and tools to help her through the rough times." The mother also said the program was supportive, it was easy to follow, and probably most importantly for her, very quick to get connected to. We were able to intervene quickly with skills and tools that the program provided before things progressed too far. These testimonials, I think, these words speak for themselves. The Strongest Families Institute and their programs are e-health solutions that reduce stigma. And if I've said it once before, stigma is deadly in issues around mental health. It is one of our single biggest problems. It reduces stigma. It improves access. It offers early intervention and support for children, youth and families. I'm very excited, really, to be able to stand here and offer the new ICAN program for young adults. Providing young people with the skills to manage and overcome their anxiety has the potential to change the trajectory of lives as well as the lives of the rest of their family and loved ones. So thank you for the Institute for working with us to increase this access and providing this help. We are making a difference in how mental health and addictions care is provided in this province. This is another example of it, and we're providing services and supports to those who need it the most. So thank you very much for your time, and thanks for this opportunity to be here today.
Thank you, Minister Haggie. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Lingley Paddy, CEO of Strongest Families Institute.
Thank you, Honourable Haggie, and everyone for joining us here today. I'd like to begin by thanking the Newfoundland and Labrador Government for their generous funding support that brings us here today to celebrate this exciting launch of the ICAN Adult Anxiety Program. It's because of the continued support of the Newfoundland Government that we are able to extend our existing anxiety program to help young adults up to the age of 30. We know that many adults between the ages of 18 and 30 struggle with anxiety along with depression issues that interferes significantly with some aspects of their life, like social interactions, attending school or university or work regularly, performing academically. Along with the support of the government and extending this program to develop this beautiful ICAN program, we're going to be able to help young adults between the ages of 18 and 30 learn life skills to conquer and control their anxiety symptoms. We've been in partnership with the Newfoundland and Labrador Government since 2015 with the innovative mindset to bridge the access gap so that we can provide timely services to children, youth, families, and now adults. Strongest Families services have been designed to remove barriers to care. That means there's no need to travel, there's no need to take time off work or miss school. Stigma is virtually eliminated, and there's no wait. Coaching services are available at times convenient to the family, as Minister Haggie had said, day or night. We deliver these services to families and adults in the comfort and privacy of their own home at no cost to them. The referral forms are over on the table. You can also find our link on Bridge the Gap. It will immediately take you to the Strongest Families Institute referral form. You fill it out and you'll be contacted within 24 to 48 hours by one of our staff members. We look forward to helping thousands more Newfoundland and Labrador families and now thousands of more adults in the years to come. Together, we can help adults overcome anxiety and lead a healthier, happier, and more productive life in the future. Thank you for attending today. Feel free to come over and see some of our materials. And I think we have a couple of stories to share as well.
Thank you, Dr. Lingley Paddy. Now I'm pleased to introduce Ellie Jones, who's Program Director for Outreach. I shouldn't have to read this, it's like one of our staff. I think I know your title. Program Director for Outreach and Education at Thrive.
Hopefully I know who I am. So thank you, Ange. I'm just going to speak a little bit about, as an organization, what it's like to be able to access a program like Strongest Families. As been referenced, we cannot do this alone. No community organization is an island. We all need to work together. And sharing of resources is so important, especially when your resources are limited. And within a community organization, the number of referrals we get, not just through the participants that are walking in through our doors, but Thrive is known for having a directory of services and a place where you can call to get some systems navigation support, someone to help you kind of point you in a direction. Being able to have a program like Strongest Families, where we know if we have a parent that calls us and their child is in need or they are in need of support, that we can give them that information and provide a referral source for them, and something that is immediate in terms of response time of 24 to 48 hours, which radically makes a difference for people. You know, when we talk about wait lists for a lot of services, the challenges for people when they feel so concerned for the well-being of their child, being able to say, you know, we can get you connected somewhere that has a rapid response time makes a huge difference to the parent and to their own levels of stress and anxiety when they're worried about the well-being of their child. So we're appreciative, very thankful to be able to have access to a program like Strongest Families. The referral process is easy. It's very straightforward. It's something that's easy for us to do. It's easy to take a parent alongside and do with them. Which again, when you work in an environment like ours, we're really thankful for, because the least cumbersome it is, the more time that we have to spend with folks. So we're very appreciative of that, and have had great uptake in terms of the referrals that we've done on behalf of our participants and community members who get in touch with us. So I am just going to take a moment to read a testimonial that's come from a parent who used Strongest Families for her grandson, and she provided a story, so I'm just going to read the story for you. After losing my daughter at age 23, I was left with the responsibility of raising her 4-year-old heartbroken little boy as a single parent. If the grief alone of losing my daughter and watching my grandson grieve for his mom wasn't enough, I was faced with many challenges with his behaviors. These behaviors went from yelling and screaming to hitting and literally destroying the house at times. I was getting called at work daily because the daycare couldn't handle him either. I really didn't know if I was strong enough to handle the grief, let alone these behaviors, and having to start parenting again at almost 47 years old and working a full-time job. I requested a referral to see a pediatrician and made multiple calls trying to get him under the care of a child psychologist. When I finally got to see the pediatrician, she asked if I would be interested in doing the Strongest Families program. I had never heard of it before, but desperate for any service that could help us. This program was the best thing I could have done for our family. Going into the program, I thought all the issues were with my grandson. I quickly learned that I was much to blame. I didn't realize that every time I reacted to these behaviors by getting upset and crying or yelling at him in the hopes that he would stop was exactly the reason that these behaviors continued and were progressively getting worse. With the love I had for my grandson, some hard work and devotion to this program, my awesome coach Connor, who was there every step of the way, we turned our home into a happier, healthier environment. Caden now speaks to me very much with respect, does as he is told, and plays nice and shares with other kids, and is a very loving and kind boy. He still misses his mommy very much, but can now express his hurt without getting angry. We would not be here today if it was without this program. I'm saying this to anyone who will listen, and I cannot say it enough. Strongest Families saved my family.
Thank you, Ellie. So that generally concludes the launch. I just wanted to, I guess in closing, speak to the fact that in 2013, an estimated 3 million Canadians age 18 and older reported that they had a mood and or anxiety disorder. And these disorders can have a major impact on people's lives. Expanding options and resources to assist young adults to deal with anxiety is very exciting, and I'm sure Thrive staff will be making even more referrals in the future. I would invite people to stay, and I'm sure if Minister Hagee, if the media wants to ask any questions, we'll be here for a few minutes. There is coffee, tea, lots of carbs, if anybody wants a muffin. And again, thank you so much for coming, and I think this is a really exciting announcement, and as you said, I'm sure it will benefit thousands of young adults in our province. So congratulations to the Strongest Family Institute. Thank you to the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador for continuing to move forward with addressing mental health and addiction services for the citizens of our province. Thank you.
I'm going to give you your personal copy. Can you get a picture? Okay.